That's so cute. A one-man band and he'll toot his flute for you. Come fly with me, we'll float down.
Hi!
Come fly with me,
hi!
we'll float down in the
Brendan.
Today's Friday, and I spent the day with my daughter Patti. She's here visiting for the week. Now, on Tuesday, we spent the day together. We went to the beach, and she was talking to me about one of her students, and she had an idea for Robbie. One of her kids have autism, and they're middle school age. They're around 12, 13, so they're also going through puberty. So they, that's like a really rough age to deal with. And one of her kids, when he gets upset, he wants to rip something. And so they give him, his parents give him a phone book, and he rips the pages out. And she has an extra room, which is, I guess it's supposed to be an office that's attached to her classroom. And she uses that room for the kids. When they're having a meltdown, they go in that room. So they have mats on the floor in there and pillows that they can throw around the room or they can lay down on. And what she'll do is, as soon as she sees him starting to have a meltdown, she'll immediately put him in that room, give him papers to rip, and shuts the door and leaves him in there. And I mean, I think, he could be in there for a half hour, an hour, 5 minutes. I think what she's done now, she's tried to bring the time down shorter and shorter and limit the time that he's in there down to like 5 minutes or something. So we were thinking, when Robbie had attacked me, on Father's Day, when he was here the day after, he didn't want his video. So he came after me, and what he does is he grabs the shirt and pulls until he hears it rip. As soon as he hears the shirt rip, he backs off and walks away. When the girls used to watch him, he used to grab their ponytail and pull. So our thinking is, maybe we can teach him to pull on something else and rip something other than someone's clothing or their hair. So we had a meeting today, and we sat down with Bianca, who you met in another episode, who's Robbie's behaviorist, to talk about how we can redirect. So my suggestion was Velcro. Velcro makes that good ripping sound. So we were brainstorming, and they're building a new house for Robbie. So our thought is, can they designate a room in this new house to be for their break room, where Robbie and the other members in the house can go calm themselves down if they're having a meltdown, which is very common with autism. So, and I suggested maybe we can have a big Velcro wall and put Velcro on it and things for him to pull, to rip. They're also at his day program, she's gonna give him like newspapers and give him things to rip. The problem with Robbie is his fine motor skills aren't great. He can rip paper. You saw in the Christmas episode, he will rip paper off of Christmas presents, but that's work to him. So I don't know how well he's gonna go for that. So what Patti and I did today was we went shopping, and we went to Walmart and bought some Velcro, and I think it's going to be too hard for him to just, you'd have to have this little grip to grab, the edge of Velcro. So I want to create a handle. And so I'm thinking, what's like a ponytail, so we went in the look in the toy section, and then we went actually in the pet section, and they have those long ropes that dogs use for dog toys that are very durable. And then, and that was my first thought, that something, it's like a handle that he could pull and rip, and I would attach that handle to the Velcro, but I wasn't sure how I was going to attach the Velcro. And then next door to it, I found these. I found these toys, because these are like made out of, they're made out of material. It's almost sort of like a tub toy almost, it feels like. But, so this, I can actually stitch something to. I can put a needle and thread in here and I can stitch it, but it's very tough and durable and you can pull it. So my thought is I'm going to attach this to a Velcro strip and then put the Velcro strip on a board. And I bought this. This is a board, this is in the This is in the sewing section. This is a board where normally you would lay something down and you'd run, like a scissors or a cutting wheel on here. So it's really durable and flexible, and it can't break. And so I'm thinking, I'm making this up as I go along. I'm thinking I'm gonna attach Velcro strips to this, then attach the Velcro to that pull toy, and then, and stick them all on here, and then he'll be able to, and then put this up on the wall or something, and then he can grab the handles and pull, and so that he hears this rip, and that can sort of be his meltdown thing. And then Patti said, well, that's great when he's in the room, but what happens if they have, if they're out somewhere, out in public, or if it happens immediately, very quickly, so she's got another kid that he has this towel that he bites on, when he's upset. So when she sees him having a meltdown, she'll grab the towel real quick and throw it toward him, and then he'll grab it and he'll bite it. So we need something for instant, whatever. So I found a pillow, and I'm gonna try to stick one Velcro strip, on the pillow, so that's like a portable thing that can be carried around and be given to him. But you can't just tell him to do any of this. This is all stuff that's going to have to be taught, and it could take weeks, for him to learn. So this is stuff that I'm going to give to the behaviorist. She'll take it to his day program, and they'll start working on it every day. They'll start working on teaching him how to shred and rip and whatever. And trying to, and then somehow in his brain try to transfer when he's upset to, here, do this, pull this instead of pulling on a person. Don't ask me how we're going to do that. Don't ask me how we're going to explain that to him. I don't know if he'll ever get it. I don't know if any of this is going to work, but we're trying. But Patti feels that the most important thing of all is to have this break room. I call it a meltdown room, a place where they can go and have a meltdown and cool down. She also, in her room, it has an observation window, because you have to be able to keep an eye on them, and also, of course, make sure they don't have a seizure. She's hoping maybe they even have like a walk-in closet, in there, because Robbie used to, when he was upset, used to go hide in closets in the house. He used to always go. He's gone in my closet and gone in there and thrown everything that's in there, all the clothes, all the shoes, thrown everything into piles. He's gotten me pretty upset sometimes. A lot of times when he disappeared and we couldn't find him in the house, we would eventually find him hiding in a closet somewhere. They like being in that closed-in dark space, and so it kind of disconnects them from the world and helps them calm down. So I'm trying to come up with these ideas also for them, so he doesn't break furniture. When he first moved in the house, he went in the kitchen and he threw the chairs across the room and broke all the chairs, and he slammed all the doors and he knocked the doors right off the hinges. The behaviorist said that they did have that. They already have one house that has autistic kids, and one of them was obsessively slamming the doors. So they switched it out to a metal door, and they put a foam strip all the way around the door, so that when you slam it, it doesn't make any noise. It's because it's too cushioned, and so there was no joy in the slamming anymore. So the kid just stopped slamming. I've also heard that people have. Patti said one of her parents replaced it with the door that, after it's open about this far, it slows down, and you can't slam the door, and that drives the kids crazy because they can't slam the door anymore, but eventually they just stop. But they'll just go find something else to slam or break or whatever. So I'm hoping this is going to work. I have no idea, but I'm going to sit here and play with it now and see what I can come up with. Good.
Do one more.
Does it look like a ponytail? There you go. Hi, it's Saturday morning, July 12th. I'm on my way to go pick Robbie up. It's the last full day that Patti and her husband are here to visit until they go back home to North Carolina. So we are all going over to my husband's aunt's house to hang out at her pool for the day. It's supposed to be 87 degrees today. and I'm on my way to get him, and I usually get on the parkway to go get him because it's shorter. However, anyone from New Jersey will know that it's not a very smart idea to get on the New Jersey Parkway southbound on a Saturday in July on a beautiful day, because the entire state of New Jersey is on their way down to the Jersey Shore, and it will be bumper to bumper traffic. So I'm going the back way. It's going to take me a little longer to get there. So I just had to call Robbie's house and tell them that I'm going to be late. Now, why do I need to do that? Because last week they got Robbie dressed, and he sat there waiting, and he got up, ran in his room, changed his clothes into his loungewear, and ran back into the living room and sat down. She said, I don't know why he did that. I know why he did that. Because you can't dress him until it's absolutely time to go. When Robbie was going to school, if he had to sit and wait too long for the bus, he'd take his shoes off, throw them, take his pants off, he'd take everything, he'd take his school clothes off and switch back into his lounge clothes, which in the winter time are usually pajama pants, and in the summertime they're, basketball shorts. So that's his way of saying, hey, if I'm gonna be home, I wear home clothes. If I'm going out, then I wear, going out clothes. So I just called to tell her, look, I'm gonna be 20 minutes late. Do not put his shoes on, because that means it's time to go, and we go now. I said, don't put his shoes on. I will put his shoes on when I get there. So hopefully, these are all the little clues, and things. These are things that I know that I have to teach the staff. So I'm gonna pick him up, and we are gonna head over to Aunt Chickie's to go swimming for the day. So I'm sure he should be happy today. Okay, let's go. Wait. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, he knows. Wait, Rob. Good. Excellent. Go ahead. There you go, love. Likes toys. Nope. I'm gonna take it off. Silly. That was silly, Rob.
You see straw sombreros and T-top Camaros, stereos blasting in the parking lot. You see rock hard bodies and bikini hotties.
He's quite the swimmer. Looks good, Rob? There you go. All right. He knows exactly what he's doing from last year. What do you want, chips? Okay, now candy. You like it in here, Rob? You got your seat? You got your seat that you like?
I said, hey, everybody, can't you feel the rhythm now? Hey, everybody, don't you want to party? Hey, everybody, can't you feel the rhythm now? Hey, everybody, don't you want to party? Hey, that's the way we do it. New friends and blue skies that never end. Hey, that's the way we like
David, turn his back to you, have him stand on your legs, and then push him off. So he can see it coming. Don't go backwards. Yeah, there you go, like that. He's like dead weight. 1, 2, 3. Just throw him. There you go. Throw him. Just throw him forward. Jeez. Woo! He needs to breathe. But he's looking at him for more, though. He's like, do it again. Put his... Get him, Rob. Splash him, Rob. Get him back. Yeah, hold him. There you go. He likes when you carry him around like a baby. Come on, Rob, splash him. Come on, splash him.
You see straw sombreros and cheap-top Camaros, stereos blasting in the parking lot.
He's coming back for more.
See rock-hard bodies and bikini hotties, and everybody's got
David, you're too strong.
showing what they got. Hey, that's the way we do it. New friends and blue skies that never end. Hey, that's the way we like it. Good times, sunshine and summertime. I said, hey, everybody, can't you feel the rhythm now? Hey, everybody, don't you wanna party? Hey, everybody, can't you feel the rhythm now? Hey, everybody, don't you wanna party? Hey, that's the way we do it. New friends and blue skies that never end. Hey, that's the way we like it. Good times and sunshine and summertime. Hey, that's the way we do it. New friends and blue skies that never end. Hey, that's the way we like it.
Well, it's 8 p.m. and I just took Robbie home. You can see it's still light out. I cannot believe the amount of food that Robbie ate. He has a ball at Aunt Chickie's house. He swims and swims and then goes in the gazebo and he'll eat. Then he'll swim another lap, go back in the gazebo. Swim another lap, go back in the gazebo. Back and forth all day. And then he'll go in and out of the house to go to the bathroom and he tracks the water in and out of the house and they couldn't care less. They're wonderful. I just love Aunt Chickie and Frank. They are so good to Robbie. So we had a great day, and tomorrow, unfortunately, I have to take Patti back to the airport to fly home, and we're going to try not to cry too much. So that's it for this episode. Have a good night.
Sunshine.